What is up, nerds? Welcome back to episode 68 of the PP Podcast. I'm your host, Lewis, here with my co-host, Pickleball Wife, the Oracle, the man, the myth, the legend himself, Justin from Pickleball, etc. I just decided to blow you up because, I love you and just want you to feel good and happy and confident and all the things.
Honestly, guys, for all you listeners, you know what? Get you a Lewis. Get you somebody who's just going to hype you up.
Yeah.
In public,
In public.
Basically. Is this public? I guess kind of, right? Because it ends up on the internet.
Public, private, yeah. It's a little bit of both.
Yeah. So, yeah. Get you a Lewis, Get you a Mr. PP.
Just here to get you guys pumped up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Well, 68. Is this going to be the one? Look, this is 68 episodes in. We haven't done a single one under an hour, except the one that you solo potted. You solo potted one.
Yeah.
Is this the one that's going under an hour? It might be.
This is the one. This is the one for sure. We have we got nothing to talk about, guys. We got a couple paddles, and we're gonna run through some new shoes, quick net gains. We're gonna new week, new main it, and then NERDTOWN is probably gonna be pretty short. But we're here to bring the energy, the entertainment, and the innuendos. So, you ready to roll, bro?
Nice. Yeah.
All right.
Well done.
Let's do
Good
it.
alliteration.
I got you, dude. I didn't even realize I alliterated, but I'm glad I did, and that's a big word for me. All right. First, we're going to talk about, boy, oh boy, is this an interesting one. The Joola Pro 4, sorry,
See?
the Joola Pro 4 Mark II. I mean, the Joola Pro 5, sorry.
That's the second time you've Freudian slipped and just called it the Pro 4 because...
Yeah. Well.
But go ahead.
All right, so we have seen from a couple of the reviewers, they've given their information regarding the new Joola Pro 5s, and I'm going to be honest, I'm not a construction and materials expert, but this seems to be a unbelievably lazy and, in my opinion, a pretty poor paddle release. I'm quite disappointed. So for anybody who hasn't seen, the Pro 5 is coming out, and they've added a couple of iterations and differences, which is great to iterate. It's great to differentiate from your past paddle, but from a paddle that was riddled with core crush issues for 3 straight paddles, the Gen 3, the Mod TA15, the 3S, really 4 paddles straight,
and the Pro 4, yeah.
And they're all the same paddle, if we're being honest here, have all had very big core crush issues. They said they fixed it with the Pro 4. They didn't, which is, no big deal. They actually tried to make it better, which is great. And this one, doing the same thing, trying to make it better with a very thin piece of a carbon edge seam that's going to separate the polypropylene with the EVA edge foam, the Peninsula diving board edge foam that we have known to really a lot of people love, which is, it's actually a pretty solid piece of tech. But this is supposed to fix it, and they've changed the TFP materials and how it's done. I don't really want to, fumble over how they do it because I wasn't there, and I've only seen what the reviewers have shown. But Justin, you could probably shed a lot better light on it. But regardless, all that to be said, very minimal changes. Probably still going to have some issues with core crush. And it's $300 now. So they've upped the price, $20 for what? In my personal opinion. I don't this is on paper, this looks to be very disappointing, and I'm going to hold my thoughts. If I get the paddle, I don't even know if Joola is going to send it to me. I don't think they really care about me anymore, which is totally fine. I wouldn't care about me either. But if I get the paddle, I will definitely keep an open mind and see how it plays, because ultimately, can't judge a book by its cover. Maybe it'll be amazing. Maybe it'll be the best paddle ever made. Can't be better than the Luzz Inferno, but...
I was about to say, can you judge a book by its pages, though? Yeah. Because you're talking about what's inside of it, not the cover.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Well, those are my first impressions. Definitely seems disappointing. Justin, you as a person who literally their job is to create paddles and design paddles. What are your thoughts on this? And give us some insight.
Yeah, and I'm constantly working with brands to like navigate what's the next release, what makes sense for your brand. How do you grow from here? What does the market want? All these different things. So there's a lot of nuance on that side. But yeah, on the paddle construction, I mean, I think it's as simple as they took a Pro 4, they added a slight carbon seam at the top between the honeycomb and the EVA, like you said, hopefully to help mitigate core crush. We'll see. Jury's out. And then the only other thing they did was change the flex profile in the neck. The Pro 4 already had the TFP foam in the throat that was supposed to add flex in the neck. And so this is just a small iteration. They're just adding neck flex, but maybe a different amount and, a different sort of flex profile, which is, flex profiles are important. And I think that's a valid point. That's why some people prefer the feel of Gen 1s. Some people prefer the feel of thermoform paddles, 1.5s, all these different things, because a lot of them have different flex because they have different amounts of basically reinforcement in the frame and specifically in the throat. But yeah, dude. So for that to be the list of changes right there, not even talking about how it plays, but the list of changes is like 2 minor changes. And then they say, okay, it's been a year. Here's our 2 minor changes. Is there any durable core updates? No. Is there any durable grit updates? No. Oh, it's 2026? Cool. Here's our same paddle from 2023 with minor updates. And by the way, it's another $20 more. So now it's $300.
Yeah.
So as a discerning consumer, as someone who is like working with brands, like trying to innovate, yeah, you use the word disappointing. I would agree. But of course I can see their perspective, right? They have just sold a shitload of Pro 4s. So they sold a ton of 3s. And then they sold a bunch of 3Ss, barely any change. Then they made barely any change to a 4. They sold a bunch of those, maybe even more than ever. So why would they change? People continue to vote with their dollar.
Yep.
And say, hey, just write Joola on it and do the same thing, and we'll buy it again. And we'll pay more for it, actually. So, hey, that is the market, so you can't be mad about it.
Of course not, yeah. And that is all of this, I'm kind of dogging it out, and it might be rightfully so, it may not. But all that to be said, I guarantee you this will be a extremely popular paddle.
Oh, yeah.
All of the top pros play with it. Ben Johns plays with it. I mean, he's one of the few professional pickleball players who actually can move paddles and make the market seem, like the paddle that is in his hands is of value and will make them a better player.
There's one other huge change they did. Massive. They finally came out with a hybrid shape in 2026.
Woo, baby.
So,
yeah, good for them, honestly.
Cool.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
wow. Honestly, yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Oh, and last thing I'll say is actually 2 different people have said this to me already. They're like, oh, we'll get used to it. This is what the big brands do because look at the tennis industry. They basically release like these only small iterations on their rackets once every 2 years.
Yeah.
And then a lot of the pros continue to play with the same racket, sometimes 5-10 years. Huge difference though. Like that's a very mature market technologically. Like we have gotten to the point where it's very hard to make a racket significantly better. We're not even close to that in paddles. And if you think I'm wrong, just look at what was the number 1 paddle 6 months ago, and then look at the number 1 paddle 6 months before that, and 6 months before that. And if you just go like a few steps back, the number 1 paddle is like what, a Vatic Prism Flash? Yeah. And then nowadays you would be like, it's not even close. So there's still, it's an immature technology. There's still a lot of room to innovate and improve these paddles. So that's not their business plan. They said it at the time. Last year, I thought this quote from them was crazy, and it kind of got glazed over. Someone asked at the time, oh, we're seeing more companies go to foam to address core durability. What is Joola going to do? And they said, that's not our business plan. And what I took that as, durable cores are not their business plan, because when people buy paddles that break in 4 weeks, they have to buy another one, and they have to buy another one. And they do. You all know these like kind of, usually it's higher level players who've played with Joolas and have probably had 6, 8 of them in the last 6 or 8 months, just because they just buy them over and over and over again. And yeah, $2 something a pop each time. Now $300 a pop, obviously before code. But
yeah, I don't know what their warranty is going to be on this go around, but I think they allowed for, what was it, 2 additional replacements for core crushing in the Pro 4.
But their customer service was slow, but they would usually like honor even beyond that, from what I heard.
Yeah, I haven't had a single friend who's used a Pro 4 say anything good about their customer service. I literally had a friend ask me the other day who's like, what do you think about this new Pro 5? I was like, I wouldn't. And he's like, yeah, their customer service was so bad, and I broke 2 Pro 4s. It's like, was such a headache. Even though I love the feel and play of the paddle, it just almost doesn't.
I'm sure it's going to play well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure it's going to play well. If you can get it for a crazy good deal, or if someone gives you one, great.
Yeah.
But would I recommend buying it? No, because there are so many other paddles that just offer a lot more. If you want to be a discerning buyer, that's what I would say. But all that to say, like, I don't actually care at all about this Joola stuff. I have like basically zero emotion around it because it is exactly what I expected. That they would make like a big hubbub, and then it would be just the same thing they did the last 3 years. Like, hey, here's a minor iteration. Oh, let's ignore this $20 price jump, because they've done that every year too.
Yeah, that's true.
But why? But why? You know, what's the price jump from? Surely it didn't cost more to make.
No, I don't know, bro. Definitely a head scratcher of a release. Arguably the biggest paddle company in the world right now. Selkirk's the biggest, pickleball company, but Joola is probably between the biggest paddle company.
Pretty close. And like the Pro 4 and the Boomstick are both; those are like easily number 1 and 2.
That's true. Yeah. Boomstick definitely has made...
Boomstick is blowing up, bro.
Dude, everywhere.
Different approach.
Everywhere.
I mean, people can get onto Selkirk for the same thing, like, for instance, the SLK Dauntless and all this. Mm-hmm. They do the same type of thing, where it's like they're a little bit behind, it's kind of slow, it's just minor iterations, but they do all that in their SLK line.
Yeah.
In my mind, I think they actually take innovation risks with their, like, flagship stuff, like the Boomstick. The Boomstick had like 4 or 5 different unique, complete innovations in it that you hadn't seen in any other paddles. Mm-hmm. That's like super rare. And they're a big company, so that's a large financial risk for them to be doing that. Whereas Joola's pattern isn't as risky, Mm-hmm. Anyway, just a little compare contrast. But yeah, I mean, Selkirk, of course, they run a company, so they do some of that, just minor iteration stuff too. But I feel like it's more in their lower line. Which I wonder why Joola doesn't do that. Why doesn't Joola have a, like, quote unquote, like, pro line or their high end flagship line where they actually try to innovate some stuff, but then you can still release the 4S, which is basically what this is. Mm-hmm. Which is funny because when the 4 came out, everybody said it was like
the 3SS.
The 3SS, yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, I wonder why Joola doesn't do that and like kind of go heavier into the innovation, because supposedly they have engineers who are paid and on staff full time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you're preaching to the choir right here, brother.
Yeah.
Well, we won't harp on it too long. Those are our first thoughts. It's definitely on paper. First reactions, gut reactions is kind of what the fuck, dude. We'll see what happens. If I get the paddles, I'm gladly have my mind changed. But we shall see. All right, let's move on to the RPM Q2. Now we got this in. So we're going to talk about the paddles, and then we're going to touch on a topic about who designed this.
Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
Don't hit that ball mark.
Yeah, don't let that, dude. You never hit it anywhere but right there, big guy. So this RPM Q2 is RPM's new foam paddle, and it's interesting, very interesting. John Q did partner with James in the creation and development of this paddle. So, interesting tidbit right there. I think a lot of people are very interested because of that, as well as just RPM has gotten kind of a big, not cult following, but, a lot of people have really liked.
I gave them breakout brand of the year last year.
Yeah, they got a lot of hype around them, rightfully so.
Less than a year old, dude, and they have like blown up.
Yeah, they're big time. So James, his star power has definitely done well for this. And John made this paddle This is a foam core. It utilizes, is it 3 different types of foam? Or is it 4?
Let's see. EPP, EVA, TPU, TPE, and then if you want to count the edge foam.
Okay, so 5. Yeah, okay.
Would be 5. So if you want to count the edge foam, which is kind of in every paddle. I don't know. You count that as part of the core, but yeah, even to say 4 distinct, unique foams in the core it's a lot.
Mm-hmm. So, have you played with this yet?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, I think we can both just agree. Boing, boing.
Yeah, this thing. It boings.
It boings.
It hits
hard, dude. It hits really hard. It has very good spin. It is a very bouncy, boingy paddle. James texted me, I think it was today. He was like, "Have you tried the paddle?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's a really like high performative paddle, but it is not linear at all. And anybody who's under 4.5, maybe even 5.0 is going to have a serious dialing in period with this paddle. It is boingy, very it almost feels like it's MPP, but I think that's just obviously all of the different foam materials combining to create that TPU feel,
bro.
So
I'll talk more about the foams.
Yeah, tell us more about that, because is this the first one that's utilized TPU?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe publicly.
From my recollection, I haven't heard anybody say that
it may have been used elsewhere, but so let me ask you this first. Do you think this paddle is an easy transition for someone who uses and loves the boomstick?
Probably an easier transition than most other paddles. I think if you play with a boomstick, that's probably the easiest transition paddle that you can have. Maybe like a broken in GX2, although it feels totally different.
Totally different feel.
The
feel isn't exactly like the boomstick either, but it's like if the boomstick feel doesn't offend you, or if you like it, this feel also won't offend you. Yeah. And I was just thinking, these come in pretty light. Like, this is under 8 ounces, but if you just got this and slapped some heavy MOI weights or 3 and 9 weight, and you were a boomstick player, I think you'd feel right at home. I think it hits as hard as the boomstick.
It smokes the ball for sure. I couldn't compare it.
It might hit harder. It's crazy. I don't know. It's close, but
it is extremely poppy. The ball,
at least while new, at least while new, it definitely spins better than the boomstick too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would agree.
So I think that it's an elongated that's under 8 ounces. So look, I wasn't expecting much from the sweet spot, and I kind of got what I expected. It was pretty tight with no weight. I haven't played with any weight yet.
Flimsy stock. I put weight on it, and immediately, I mean, just a humongous improvement.
Yeah. So like I said, it's hard to judge a under 8 ounce paddle elongated with no weight, but I wanted to play it stock first to just try. I was trying to feel everything about it. Mm-hmm. So sweet spot is what you'd expect. Go ahead.
Before you move on from the sweet spot, did you notice that it was actually fairly big vertically, not necessarily horizontally?
Better than the Joola style build where the bottom of the face is dead.
Yes, but this was much more lively down here.
Definitely better than Gen 3 style.
I didn't hit it there. I just bounced the ball in there because
Oh yeah, well I don't worry about those ball marks. That was me testing the sweet spot. But yeah, I didn't think it was exceptional. I think there are some paddles that have really, really good vertical sweet spots. Man, it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn because it's something that I
chill out, bro.
Emphasize. No, I just think that that Mavericks Havik has a really good lower sweet spot, and that the Shift also does. Yeah, that's it.
I would agree.
So those both have very tall, sort of thinner sweet spots.
Remember, bro, I bounced the ball on the throat of this paddle just for fun the other day.
He's holding a Paddle Tech Gen 1.
TKO CX for anybody who's listening. My God, I forgot how bad the throw was on these. It was I bounced the ball. I was like, oh my God, how did we use these?
See what I was saying about paddles moving fast? Dude, just a little over a year ago,
unusable.
That was one of the top recommended paddles. It's the ESQ, the TKO. We were maining ESQs. It wasn't that long ago.
What were we thinking?
So, Time Machine, RPM compared to the TKO, this paddle, the RPM is 10 times better. I'm not kidding.
No, at least.
So it's actually, so all that to say is it's a really good paddle. I need to play it with weight, but I can already tell you, I can feel the performance potential.
Yes.
Right.
That's a good way to put it. The performance potential is extremely high. Extremely high.
It's going to be hard to control. I need to play it with weight, of course. Just got these recently. I can also tell you it's not going to be my preferred feel profile, so it's not going to be a paddle I main. However, I will try it some more.
What would you say? Yeah. Stiff, obviously pretty hollow.
Stiff
quite
and
a bit of dwell and
Easy.
Bounce to it.
Bouncy. The same way the boomstick is stiff and hollow, but you actually feel quote unquote dwell. It's like pocketing, but it's like fast pocketing.
Yeah.
Similar. That's what I was saying. I think people would get along with it.
If you like MPP paddles, this is a very, it's kind of like bridges the gap between EPP and MPP. Not
I think
quite
that's
as rigid.
The TPU and the TPE. I've tried both of those foams a lot in different prototypes, and for me personally, I always shy away from them because I think they feel like shit. For my preference, they're like a little too tinny and tingy, like imagine a stock Quanta with the TPE, and it's just like, oh, like my bones, So for this one to have TPE and TPU in there, I think that's what's bringing out that so really TPE kind of harsh
bottom, TPU 3 and 9.
Yeah, and TPU is usually not used because it's generally pretty heavy, but it's very reactive. It's very elastic. So I see what John was trying to do, putting it here at 3 and 9 is like trying to like use a small portion of it so it's not overly heavy, and maybe use that density to bring the weight out towards the edges, and then also add some spring back. And then EPP center has, grooves molded into it on the face in kind of a diving board pattern.
Yeah. It's not like
the
works. Shift. It's the opposite of the shift. So instead of being in the center, carved out and molded together, it's on the edge, the outside.
It's on the outside,
carved in.
Yeah.
So similar thought process,
but the pattern,
iteration.
like the peninsula style diving board pattern, is very similar, basically identical to an older version of the shift, a non-release version. But then now the shift has it closes it off. It does a circle again for the bottom of the face thing that we're talking about. But yeah, all that to say is we need to play with it some more. I need some weight on it, but I definitely feel the performance potential. It's probably not going to be my cup of tea, and for two reasons. Like the feel is not my preference, and I'm probably also not good enough to like harness this thing because it's feels high power and pop.
Yeah, just based off the initial impressions. So it's $250. I think Code Pursuit brings 15% off of this. So not sure exactly what that price is, but $220 something or a little less than that, which is a pretty damn good price. But this would be a paddle.
Is it?
Yeah, maybe
over
not.
200 these days doesn't feel that good to me. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not hating on RPM specifically. I'm just in general.
But if you compare it to Boomstick and some other ultra power,
what is for the discerning consumer? What do you think are like the flagship paddles that are like really saying like I am performance for value? To me, it's kind of like Spartus P1 and then 11624 Vapor Power 2 because they both have long-lasting grit and incredible performance, and they're both like $200.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, the fact that it doesn't have long-lasting grit is, there's only 5 paddles. So I said this last. So it's like it's
doesn't
hard
make it
to
a bad
say that's
paddle, but you need to consider it in the value proposition.
Yeah,
that's all.
But as far as ultra powerful paddles, this is one of the cheaper ones. Now, with that to be said, I would only recommend this to players who don't switch paddles very often. So you're going to have to get used to this paddle and
dial it in.
Be able to dial it in and be comfortable with having a week or two of being uncomfortable. And then, somebody who's looking for very high tier power and pop that doesn't really care about long-lasting grit at this current moment. And if you like, James Ignatowicz, that's another reason to support the brand as well. There's nothing wrong with getting a paddle just because you like the person who, runs the company or the player who uses it. very normal. When I was playing soccer, bro, I was wearing mercurial vapors because Thierry Henry was rocking mercurial vapors, bro. So it's just kind of part of the thing. So if you like that, you can find you identify with the brand. It's a very high tier performing paddle. It's gonna be hard to dial in though. Just be wary. Anything else you want to touch on this before we move on to John and his part in it?
That's what I was going to say. Did you want to talk about not the paddle, but the fact that, John Q helped design it and kind of situation around that, implications and such?
Yeah, so obviously this is called Q2 because John Q, our boy, cool. He helped design it. Very easy, very good looking, super minimal logo, and just looks clean. But yeah, John helped do this. I'm going to let you kind of share the process of this, but it's definitely blurring the lines. But however, you and I know John very well. We have no reason to believe that he has any malicious intent or he's trying to gain anything, apart from just having fun and creating a new paddle that, honestly, probably a pretty fun and enjoyable experience. Something that I probably would never do. But it definitely brings to light a topic that hasn't really come up. Should a reviewer be making a paddle for a company, and why not? Or, just thoughts on that. So, Justin, why don't you talk about the whole thing, and then we'll kind of,
So first I'll say, if you guys don't know, you can go watch John Q's video. He released a video called The Story of the Q2. And he goes over, James asked him to help. He said yes. We assume that there's, money changing hands there, and he helped design it. But so the reason why I say we assume there's money changing hands is because John said he understands he can't be unbiased around this paddle anymore. And so he recused himself from reviewing it or comparing it to other paddles, which I think is actually really valuable, that part, because that could have got slippery real quick. He talked about it in the video. He just talked about the tech and the core. The core was his design, and then he had someone else, his co-host at the time on the video, review it. So it was kind of like a review on his channel, but it's not him. It's a slippery slope, dude. Look.
Yeah.
So let me say my context for those who maybe don't know me. I'll be quick, but I get called a shill in the comments all the time because I openly talk about these paddles that I help design, because that is my job. I am a product development consultant. I help pickleball companies develop products, i.e. paddles, but other things outside of paddles as well. And when the paddles go public, sometimes those companies allow me to talk about it because it's fun to talk about. I obviously can talk about it intelligently since I was involved in the whole design process. So it's good for them to have, me telling people about the paddle. When I do this, you guys who've watched the podcast, I always warn everybody, hey, this is my bias warning. Let me just tell you the stats about the paddle and all this. And then I will always ask Lewis to ask for his playability. Similar situation to what John did. And then usually what will happen is I let everyone else review these paddles. And then later I'll end up talking about my personal thoughts on how they play, because I feel like at that point I'm not out there to sell them. Also, it should be known that I make $0 from commissions. I have no discount codes on paddles. I don't make any commissions at all. And I've had that offered to me, of course, from being on the podcast for over a year now. But I've always turned it down just because in my mind, it's a conflict of interest to be getting paid by one company to help them develop a paddle while also be getting paid by their competitor for selling the competitor's paddle. I don't know. It is complicated. It's slippery. So I can kind of understand a little bit of where John is coming from. I think it's a little bit more complicated for him because he is a reviewer. I guess in the best case scenario, supposed to have a very non-biased reputation, which he does. And John has done a great job curating his reputation of being honest and having integrity and being non-biased. And we know him personally, and all those things are true. John is a super honest guy. He's very upfront. He has a ton of integrity. He is non-biased. So like knowing him personally, I know his intentions going in, but people who don't know him may not get that. And then it's kind of a blurry picture. And for the most part, all the comments and all like the YouTube commenters on his video and otherwise have just been like congratulating him and saying, hey, this is awesome. I want to buy the paddle now because you did it. There's nothing wrong with it. Go ahead and review it. But there's maybe a different picture behind the scenes between the people who are involved in the industry. And when I say industry, I don't mean reviewers. I mean like brand owners and things like that. There's a lot of question marks around, hey, was this cool to do? Was this not cool to do? Should we not send our paddles to John now? All this stuff. So, but I'm sure John understands all that, and that's, his choice walking into that. Lost my train of thought about what I was going to say. Ultimately, I think it's fine, but I think the part that the commenters are missing is not that, because John's getting paid for the RPM Q2, he's not going to review the Q2, and he's not going to compare the Q2 to stuff. Yes, that's cool, and that's the obvious part. But what they may be missing is like every other brand owner now who sends paddles to John might be in the back of their mind questioning, am I truly getting a fair review from him, knowing that he has a vested financial interest in another company outcompeting me? So it kind of bleeds over onto his reviews of every other paddle, even unrelated paddles from other brands. But yeah, again, let me just reiterate, I don't think John was trying to do anything slimy. I don't think he was trying to like get over on anybody. I don't think he's trying to lie or do anything weird. These are just the kind of contextual thoughts that come up around it. And it's a little bit blurry, like you said. Yeah. And I mean, I understand it. I'm not even a reviewer, but just being on a podcast, and my role on this podcast has always been quote unquote industry insider. I give the NERDTOWNs, I give the looks behind the scenes, I talk about manufacturing and things like that. But it's a podcast where we talk about paddles. So regularly you're asking me, what do I think about how this plays? And then I talk about it in the context. It kind of seems like a casual review. So, but not a reviewer. So yeah, it's a slippery slope for him, and it's a slippery slope for me at times too.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just have to, at least me, I always think that like, you just have to be as upfront and honest with everything as you can, which John did as well. And just let everybody know everything right out front and be like, hey, here's everything. If you don't like it, that's okay, but at least you know it,
Yeah.
And if you're cool with it, then cool, here we are, hang out with me, and I'll talk to you and share with what I can,
Yeah, I would agree. I don't think John had
any
malintentions or, trying to, get one under the table on us by any means. I mean, we've spent time with John. He is genuinely just a super sweet, kind person. So I think it's very unlikely that there's any form of collusion, for lack of a better term. But yeah, it is slippery. It's a slippery slope. You got to be really careful. He for sure can never mention this paddle in any comparisons, any top fives, any favorite paddles. This paddle can just be almost nothing. Can't even, honestly, probably wouldn't even be smart to main this paddle. So it's just something I probably would never do. And I think that John is one of the few people that can do it because he has such a very good reputation. I mean, I'm not going to say any names, but imagine another reviewer did this.
I know. I was going to ask you the same thing. What reviewers could do this without getting like their entire reputation burned at the stake? Are there any besides John and Chris? But Chris has said publicly many times he would never do it. Could,
because Chris had said so many times that he won't do it. So I think the fact that
so is it just John who can do it?
Pretty much, yeah. I mean, anybody else? Nobody
else has built up the.
It would come off across as very, very. What? Like what is going on here? That's interesting that you did that. Interesting move. So yeah, I don't really want to harp on it too much. It's definitely an interesting thing. I wouldn't do it, but I truly, in my heart, trust John, and don't think that anybody should be like overly freaking out about it or have any issue with it, because he has been very forthcoming with it, and rightfully so. Good guy, John. Good paddle. Nothing to worry about. Life goes on.
I know. I just wanted to address it so you guys know the reason why we brought it up is because since his video came out about it, I'm not exaggerating when I say like more than 15 people have reached out to me.
Dang.
Like, hey, what do you think about this? Or they have their own thoughts and they want to share them.
Yeah.
Positive or negative or whatever. That's good. I'm happy I have those, industry connections, and I'm happy to have those type of conversations, especially when they're, blurry. And it's not that I have any type of answer on the situation. It's just maybe I have a little bit more insight because I dabble in both worlds as well. Like John's a reviewer who just now dabbled in paddle consulting and design. Like I'm a paddle consultant designer who kind of dabbles in reviewing via this podcast,
right?
In a way. So,
yeah. Well, good paddle, fun paddle to play with. Be playing with it some more. Very boingy.
Gotta weight it up.
Yeah, John made a pretty solid paddle. So,
hey, last thing
intriguing.
I'll say to John, if you watch, bro, John, you got to turn in your paddle nerd card. You got the chance to design one paddle, and it has a 5.8 twist weight. Come on, bro. You can do better.
Oh my God, you're out, John. You're out. Can't even min max, bro. What a nerd. What a nerd. Jeez. Great burn. All right. Well, we'll move on. John, we love you. And now we have the Luzz Blade Pro Blade 2. Sorry. Man, I'm gonna have to play with this some more. Cause boy, did I hate this paddle.
Talk about it for a minute. I'm gonna plug in my phone, but keep talking.
Yeah. So I played probably 3 or 4 points with this and immediately had to put it down. It could have just been one of those games where just nothing was working. I played probably almost half a game. Had to put this down and just really did not jive with the feel. Felt very flimsy. It is a 14 millimeter paddle. I did add some perimeter weight. Probably needed a little more. And didn't love the feel. It felt kind of dense and stiff, which is weird. But definitely a paddle I'll have to check out more. This was the paddle that Chris Hayworth was playing with a couple weeks ago, and he actually switched, so maybe he didn't like it either.
Yeah, I was going to say. He didn't play with it this last week.
Yeah, I'll put some more time on it, because Luzz, so far, most of their paddles I've enjoyed, the playability of it. This one just, I don't know what it was. Could have been the day, probably the paddle, but man, it did not agree with me at all. So Pro Blade 2, if you're interested, I would check some other people's thoughts on it before you make a judgment. I'll keep hitting it some more and give y'all some more developed thoughts later. So you didn't get that, right?
No, thanks.
No.
I mean, no.
All right. Gearbox coming out with some new Gen 3 paddles. What is this even called? The GBX Power. This is their hybrid shape. It's a Gen 3 core, and that's really all I know about it. So haven't hit it. Wrapper still on.
All the marketing is about durability, durable Gen 3, durability Gen 3. And Gen 3 engineered for durability. That's what it's all about. Yeah, we'll see.
Although
they know some engineering stuff.
Yeah, dude. Raphael that's a sharp dude right there. He knows his stuff.
Smart guy.
If anybody can do it, he can. So I'll hit this, give you guys some thoughts on it, but just want to let you know I think it's out now. I'm not sure what the price is on it, but I think it's around $200, if I'm not mistaken. Could be more. Gearbox is usually pretty expensive. All right. Harmony Grit. We got some paddles from Chorus, the Coda. And
don't look at that ball mark.
Yeah, just wanted to showcase this. It feels a little grittier to touch in the brand new form.
Slightly. I feel like this feels still like USAP legal grit.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's nothing crazy at all, but I don't know how much we can share about it. No, it ain't that Tide grit, bro. That Tide grit is crazy. I even said that in my review. I was like, this is the craziest grit I've felt.
Yeah, before we get in trouble about sharing too much, Chorus is working on a lasting grit. It's called Harmony Grit. We're testing it. It's not approved or released yet. That's all I want to say.
Thoughts soon. All right. I just want to let you guys know. But
good for them though. Because that's a cool company and a smaller company, and for them to be already kind of kicking their foot in the door of the durable grit's good.
Yep. I'm glad more people are doing it. It's just a matter of time before, I would say about 6 to 12 months. I would imagine 70% of paddles have a durable grit texture.
Just like foam. Everyone was like, is foam going to take off? When we were like in a year, 80% of brands will have foam paddles.
No, if foam is overrated. Boy, was
yeah. We had to pull that clip up again.
Shit, that was a rough one.
Got your ass.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but anyway, all right, we're gonna move on. New Selkirk shoes. These are called the Legacy Classic, which are mine. I think
different ones than you.
I think you have the Legacy Pro, but these are new shoes from Selkirk. They're supposed to be kind of blend lifestyle and pickleball shoes, so you can wear these anywhere and in any occasion. Obviously these are kind of like business casual looking, if you will. My versions are yours are a little sportier. But these kind of these just remind me of the shoes that all the models wear in the True Classics and Cuts modeling photos. They're just like, I work in tech. I drive a Tesla. That's just kind of what the vibe these give me. No, which is not a bad thing. These are just, pretty unoffensive, just normal looking shoes, nothing too crazy. Yours are quite different. Yours kind of look like, if I'm being honest, sorry, Selkirk, yours look like Skechers tried to make a skateboard shoe.
Yeah. Okay. Look.
Now, let me rephrase that. Skechers from 2008, not the 2025, 2026 Skechers. Totally different brand.
Let me just say, this colorway is not doing it any favors, because I remember seeing this exact model or an earlier version of this model when we were there in person, and they showed it to us, and they had some cool colorways, and they looked kind of sick, and I was like, ooh, those were nice.
Yeah.
This ain't it, bro. This colorway.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tried mine on. They're very comfortable. Mine are like,
I was going to say, that's aesthetics, right?
Yeah.
So I haven't worn these yet.
That's just personal preference. Y'all probably are looking at, some of these people are watching.
Honestly,
this,
look,
Selkirk is idiots.
Yeah, they got the customer base for this. Like, Boomer's going to boom. They're going to boom around in these.
Dude. Yeah.
And maybe, hit the skate park. I don't know. But
all right,
yeah, so that's just aesthetics. Let me say this though. Hang on. What you about to ask a question? What?
Which reviewer do you think would wear my shoes?
We already know. Matt's Pickleball is already wearing them around,
bro. This is like, it's got Matt's Pickleball written all over it, bro.
Okay, all right, now you gotta go. Which reviewer is wearing these?
Oof, God. Ooh, that's a tough one. Bobby from Pickleball Blast, for sure.
You think so?
For sure. He looks like a little skater boy, no salt.
Oh, Bobby.
Bobby's sweetheart, man.
So, okay, hey, that's just aesthetics, though. But because let me also say, like, maybe in a different colorway, these look cool. Outside of aesthetics, there actually is a lot of really cool features in these. And yeah, they have all the stuff that they should have. They have like extra tie down straps for lockdown. The tongue is like gusseted. There's like holes for the runner's knots. The actual material design is really good. They have like this ripstop stuff. They have toe drag. The midsole is super comfortable. Mm-hmm. And then they even have this little cat's tongue material here to keep your heel from slipping. Mm-hmm. The outsole doesn't look particularly durable or deep, but that's just a guess. And this is, these are court style, so maybe they're not for the hardcore players like us. But so yeah, all that to say is like the actual thoughtfulness and the intentionality and the material design looks really good.
Yeah,
and they are very comfortable on foot. It's just the aesthetics that we're just giving Selkirk a hard time for. But actually, we know from our trip there that they had a lot of colorways. Mm-hmm. And also we know from our trip there that all the people at Selkirk are cool and they can take a joke. So
they can definitely take a joke.
They're not getting their feelings hurt about us talking about this colorway. And But yeah, so here's what I'm going to do with these. I'm going to take these to the court because also, again, this is my bad again. These are too big for me. I guess I gave my wrong size to Selkirk.
Brother, get it together.
So I'm going to take these to one of my friends who's 56, and he's going to love them.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to be like,
he's gonna be obsessed
I need
with
you.
them.
I was like, I need you to rock these. I want you to wear them. Go to the farmer's market, play pickleball, do all the stuff in them, and then you got to report back.
He's going to be,
and
he's gonna
on
be a cool
that
dad.
note, yeah, on that note, the other Selkirk Court Strike Pro 2s. Wait, did I say the name right? Did I just
let
mix
me
that up
let me
with
check
Skechers?
real quick. I'm pulling them up right now just to make sure we got all the names right.
Court
and
Strike
prices.
Pro 2s. Anyway,
Yeah, Court Strike
the
Pro
other
2,
ones
yeah.
that Court Strike Pro 2s that we got recently that were slightly large for me. One of my regular playing partners luckily wears a half size up for me, so I was like, dude, will you wear these and then be my like proxy reviewer? And he was like, yeah, sure. And 3 sessions in, or 4 sessions in, so this is now a week later, he told me, he's like, I'm not even exaggerating. These are the best shoes I've ever worn for pickleball. So
Good for him.
I'm not saying they're the best for everybody, but they are the best for him. And he was like, they're so comfortable. And we were roasting him pretty hard because we were like, what do you like about him? The first thing he said is, I could just put them on so easily. And we were like, oh my God, you old man. Like, what, do you want a Velcro strap shoe? But anyway, he was coming from some Asics that are hard to put on. And he was like, no, I mean, like, I only have to untie the top and then I can get them in and then tie them. But anyway, he said they're super comfortable, really stable. The traction's good. They're holding up pretty well. And he likes the way they look. So positive review, Selkirk Court Strike Pro 2.0 for a guy who plays maybe 3 times a week, and he's about a 4.0 level, and he's not. I would say he's like an average pickleball player. He's not like crazy athletic, but he's also not like a slow lumbering guy either. He moves around. So
I played with the Court
positive review
Strike
on
Pro,
those.
which is on screen right now, and I actually thought they were good. I was
they seem good.
expecting to want to switch them because I brought my Diodoras. I was like, I'm probably going to want to switch to them. I'm probably not going to like them. Played with them the whole session, no issues. So they are definitely
look
a good shoe for sure.
Yeah, he said that when those wear out, he's going to buy another pair. So he loves them.
Do it, bro.
And he came from Asics Gel Res, just for reference.
Yeah, that's probably a good comparison. Not going to be as quite durable with the upper, but
or a stable, but way more comfortable and a little more flexible.
Yeah. All right. Well,
and a better price.
Anything else on these dad shoes before we move on?
No.
All right.
We'll
Hey,
revisit.
look, if you guys love the look of these, I'm so sorry. I'm not here to offend you. You probably think the stuff I wear looks fucking stupid, and you're right. It probably does. All right. So we're going to move on to net gains. And Justin's just going to be over here telling us how to be a right side princess. We're literally going to be right side princesses in about a week. So
yeah, not
the people don't know.
Exactly.
The people don't know.
Well,
they'll find out.
This is how much of a right side princess I am. I'm so committed. Here's my dress.
Oh baby, mine came in.
Ooh.
Gosh.
Ooh. And people, if you're wondering why do I have a dress right here, so Lewis roped me into this, but I'll have fun with it.
This is one of the few ideas I have ever made that I was like, yep, that was a good idea.
He's doing a tournament in Baton Rouge on the 28th. It is called a reverse mixed tournament. It's a mixed tournament, but all the guys have to wear a dress or a skirt and play the right side or the left if you're a lefty, but the right side 100% of the time.
Yep.
So
and your lady partner's got to play the left side 100% of the time.
And you may not have had that much thought into it, but me personally, here's why I like it, and I think it's funny. First off, I don't take myself that seriously, so I don't care. I'll wear a dress. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, dude, we're going to look like snacks, baby.
I don't know about that. Dude, I just imagine me with the beard and tattoos and a dress is just going to be, it's going to be
so hot. I mean,
so good. Yeah, anyway.
Who said that?
My thought about this tournament is I actually think it's a really cool way within the pickleball community, and I've talked about Baton Rouge having a cool pickleball community before, to combat like a lot of the toxic masculinity that happens. And it specifically happens whenever people start thinking that they're good. So what do you call that? 4-0, 4-5. And then all of a sudden you play these mixed tournaments and it's like, okay, dude, if you're Ben Johns or you're Christian Alshon or you're one of these like top pros, it can make sense for you to play 70, 80% of the court. Like it literally can be a winning strategy. But you, bro, Darren, who's at 4.1, you don't need to play 80% of the court, especially when your partner might even be better than you. And I feel like we see this all the time. Like, it's just toxic masculinity. You see all these dudes who like feel like they must play bigger and take dinks straight off their partner's paddle and mixed, and they have to play this way. Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So anyway, I feel like this is me fighting against that. Be like, you know what? I'll go out there, wear a dress, play on the right side, and be like, look, you don't have to take yourself that seriously.
We got look cute as hell
or
too.
Be, so man, and might just win.
Dude, there's some money on the line. Might just win. So, 500 smackers, baby. And there's prizes.
And there's prizes. Yeah, best dressed.
Yeah. Best dressed.
We'll see about that.
We'll see. Hey, we'll see, bro. I'm coming for that. I can't win, but obviously. But
this is actually we don't want to win. But this is actually a perfect warm up for me and getting into the net gains. I am playing PPA Texas Open March 14th with my friend Luca. Shout out Luca. And Luca's better than me, so Luca's going to be big left side
Luca, baby.
He's left side Luca, so I am right side Princess. Even though you guys know, and I've talked about this a lot, I'm much better on the left than I am on the right. I am not better on the left than he is on the left. Put it that way.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So I have been actually getting coaching and like hardcore sort of training my right side game, and dude, it's gotten way better. I used to be garbage on the right.
I'm trash right now. Oh my god.
But so for people like Lewis who are trash on the right, maybe you only usually play left or you play mixed a lot, I'm about to give you a few things that will help you, because here was my problem on the right. Number one, positioning. This is an easy one, but you just gotta trust your left side guy. Like literally just move.
Trust
you think
your left side guy.
Like, I mean, move further to the right, like literally be near the sideline. It feels crazy. It feels like you're leaving the middle wide open, but I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. If you have a good left side player, the opponents are also going to see that and be like, whoa, the middle's wide open. And they're going to go there, and it's going to get totally shut down by your partner's forehand. Like a lot. It's just much easier for them to slide to their right and cover the middle. And they can do it a lot. Like you can leave a lot of space between you and your partner, and it can get closed down really quick. So I used to feel like I needed to be there, but actually doing that, and we found this in our tournament, kind of doing that and like posturing and gesturing towards the middle makes your left side player kind of hesitate because they see you out of their peripheral and they feel scared to swing, like they're going to hit you or whatever. So, and that positioning also means, bro, you can just sit so hard backhand. And then it's like, I'm gonna hit everything with my backhand because the sideline's right here. And if it goes that way, okay, cool, it's out. Or if you hit the 2-inch window where you can go right by me and hit the line, great shot, bro.
But, I'm sorry, how many? Show me the 2 inches again. that was a lot bigger. All right,
yeah, going. Whatever. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, if you sit so hard backhand, it makes your counters a lot better because you don't have to like do this movement and then go forward. You're just like, I'm already here. Go ahead and speed up. Like, please speed up.
What you got,
anyway,
boy?
So that has actually made the right more fun for me because, like, now I'm just sit in these positions where I'm like, ooh, I get to be good at counters for once. Because on the left, it's way more complicated to counter. You got to, like, be predicting a lot more. And and then, so the other part that I had trouble with on the right is I would feel out of the point because when I'm on the left, I would, like, set up points. Oh, I'm gonna cross court dink. I'm gonna pull him a little wider, and then I'm gonna hit a slice dink. And then if he floats it, I'm gonna flick it, and then I can flick up the line, down the middle, whatever. But I had all these like patterns, even from the thirds. Like, oh, if I drop here, then I can kind of crash middle. If I go behind this guy, then I can do that. But I had none of that from the right, and that's what I've kind of finally learned. And it's just from doing, and then I feel like, oh, I get it now. So now I have this right side pattern. It's like if someone dinks to me finally, I'm like, yes. Because I got like this whole pattern. There's like basically two things I'll do. I am going to relentlessly dink at the inside foot of the other right side guy. just straight, like right at their inside foot over and over and over again. And if they can't handle it, it's just going to keep going there. It's crazy how many pop-ups you get from that position. Or you get the partner communication because that guy can't handle it and the other guy is trying to come over really far to get it because he feels like I need to get this on my forehand. You know, the left side guy on the opposite. So if they are good enough to handle that well and have good enough footwork, then you just go inside foot, mix in a wide dink. Inside foot, mix in a wide dink. And then if you do that for like 4 points or the first first quarter of a game, next thing you know, the left side guy who's in front of you is like, oh, this guy's going cross court 100% of the time. He's going to be just standing in the middle of the court, and then you just look up, and there's like a giant lane up the line right in front of you. So it's just like, okay, just inside foot, and then wait till they scoot over, free shot up the line. So these are my new patterns that I kind of have fun doing. And it's the same with thirds, by the way. I just hit a third right at the inside foot, and then until they realize they can deal with it or they can't. And then I might go wide if they're unwinding, or I might go up the line if dudes start scooting over trying to cover the inside foot one. That's it. So try it out. Those are the
Thanks
patterns.
for telling me your strats for this weekend.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I guess the only other thing is those are all dinks. If you get a speed up out of the air, it's almost always going to be a forehand because you're not going to hit a backhand unless it's a certain situation. It's just like go middle. See, do they cover middle? If they don't cover middle, cool. Keep going middle till they cover it. Same situation as the dink. And then as soon as they cover middle, here's how you screw them up completely. You just go straight at the body of the person cross court to you. Because now they've moved over to like try to cover the middle, and then this guy's coming into their space, and then they can't get back, and you jam them up. And they either don't get it, or the way that their paddle moves when they get it out of their body is it like pops right up to the person right in front of them, which is your left side guy, and he just finishes it. So same situation as the dink. Just probe the middle. I know you like to do that.
Probe the middle and let the guy finish.
Oh, God. All right. Let's go to the next segment.
Oh, boy. Well, sir, man, totally derailed that. Yeah, so probe the middle and then let your left side
it was a perfect.
guy.
It was a perfect finish.
All right, perfect finish. All right, cool. Thank you for joining Net Gains, where we turn everything into a joke. All right, well, we're going to move on to everyone's favorite segment, New Week, New Main, sponsored by Bodie Performance. If you're looking for overgrips, tungsten tape, grips, I already said overgrips, edge guard tape.
He's looking for sleeves, grips, overgrips, grippy things.
You're looking for paddle grips. Bodie, I'm so sorry. And other pickleball accessories, you can use code PURSUIT to save 15% at checkout when purchasing anything at bodieperformance.com.
Dude, Bodie's got all kinds of stuff. I went to the Bodie site the other day.
Stuff, dog.
He's got so much apparel now. Oh, he's killing it.
I know.
And
he's on it.
Multiple bags, so much apparel. Of course, all the accessories, like the grips is like. The grips is the thing. Even if we lost the sponsorship, even if, Bodie did something horrible and I hated Bodie, I'd probably still secretly order the grips because I like them that much.
Yeah, dude.
But
yeah, nice. Don't tell him that because he'll pull the plug and then we'll have to buy them and we'll start making mad money. All right. Shh, Bodie, you didn't see that. All right. Justin, it is a new week. Do you have a new main? Or is it new week, 2 main? 2 week, 2 main?
I don't know, bro. So I'm trying to get locked in for these tournaments. So I need to settle on a paddle. All right. So here's my journey.
P1.
Spartus P1. This was a main for a bit.
I don't like the handle.
I'm out. I really don't like the throw. God.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not comfortable particularly. But also, I don't know. There's, maybe I'm wrong about this, but I feel like the grit acts different when it's humid outside. I don't want to say that too early.
Yeah.
But there's been twice now I've played when it's really humid in the mornings, and I felt like the ball was just slippy sliding all over the paddle. And I was like, that's not good. Yeah. So I literally had to put it down. But it may have just been me being off. Okay, so I'm back on the shift, all right? It's just the one that I play the best and feel the best with. I'm holding up 2 right now, though, because I just now talked about my right side journey, and I feel like the wide body should be a better fit. It should. All I'm doing is scoop dinking my little heart out, hitting these nice buttery drops, and just sitting, waiting to counter, right? And I want to have fast hands. So I tried again. I got this new wide body, the blue one, and look, all the weights at the top because like I have to have a higher balance. But it has like a 7.3 twist weight stock, so I don't need to put any weight on the sides.
All right.
So I tried to weight it up. It doesn't feel right, dude. I don't know.
I told you.
I pulled out this hybrid that I got. Literally, it's stock. It's no weight on it. I just played with it like this morning, and I was like, it was kind of a rush, so I was like, I'll just grab it. I'll put weight on it later. I kind of played awesome with it, and I was like, am I about to play this paddle stock? Now, let me say this one might be a bit of like a unicorn. The stats on this, it was 114.4 swing weight, 6.75 twist weight stock.
Dang, that's high.
So, yeah, this is definitely on the high side for twist weight. Sometimes that happens just because adhesives or whatever the way it's made. So this specific one might be like my ideal one to play stock.
You got the unicorn.
But yeah, I'm back on the shift, dude. I don't know. It's like, it just feels so controllable to me. And like my drops are just undeniably way better with the shift than anything else. And yeah, I don't know. I like the feel. I like it.
You know,
that's it for me.
For mains, the shape is important, but handle length is a non-negotiable for me. It has to be comfortable.
And this shape is damn near perfect. I have zero complaints.
Mm-hmm. All right, it's a new week. I forgot to grab my main, but it's still MPP Turbo. MPP Turbo. From Enhance. Yeah, I mean...
Enhance MPP Turbo, huh?
Uh-huh, just enjoying it. Maybe I'll switch when the grit starts to get a little smoother. But no reason to.
Remember earlier in the podcast when you said it might be justified to pay over $200 for a paddle if you want top-tier power? Meanwhile, this guy's playing with a $99 paddle that has top-tier power.
I mean, I'm so good, it doesn't matter what paddle I have, you know.
No, I'm saying, like a 5.2 is it truly justified to pay $250 for a paddle just because it's powerful? I don't know.
There is not a single paddle that's over $200 that you could probably not find a 99% equivalent to it that's under $200.
Except the lasting grit ones right now.
But they're both under 200.
Yeah, true, I guess. They're like right at 200, right? After the code and everything.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that just says a lot about my philosophy on paddles.
MPP Turbo.
Yep. MPP. All right. Well.
That's cool.
Still rocking the same shoes? The ASICs?
Yeah, quick update. Man, these things are dirty now. ASICs Solution Speed FF4. I think I want to do a full review on these because they are quite good and interesting. Nice. The thing I was going to update about is it's been 5 weeks. Is that right? Man, I'm starting to slip, bro.
You starting to slip? That's quick.
Pretty bald. I mean, it's not even close to through to the foam, but maybe it was the court that we're at. But dang, I was slipping like crazy. I kind of like strained my groin this morning, slipping. So the rubber on these ASICs does allow for sliding. It's actually really nice when it's new. It allows to slide, but predictably. But I'm thinking now that it's getting balder, but with this rubber, I'm slipping. So that might be a knock on these because honestly, I don't have any other knocks. But like I said, I may do a full review on these because I think they are really good. And honestly, to me, I'll just say this: I think they're the best court shoe in the ASICs lineup now. Easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, what is there to compete with it?
The FF3s, the Novak ones.
Yeah. Definitely not the Gel Res X.
No, the Gel Res X, that ain't it unless you got a Fred Flintstone foot and you just need that.
Yeah, you got duck feet, bro. Good Lord. Yeah.
If you need it, you need it. But
all right,
yeah, I think these are the best.
I'm still rocking the Diodora Blue Shield Torneo 3s. Man,
did you get another pair?
I bought another pair. I sent in one for a warranty, and I did your little thing. I bought another pair too, so now I can run through those and have 2 fresh pairs ready to roll, baby. It's just gonna be hard to get me out of those. They're very comfortable, fit my feet well, and it takes like a session to break them in though. They don't feel the best. They feel really good first session, but they don't feel as good as they do broken in. But it breaks
typical
quick
for shoes.
Quick. So, all right, that's it for New Week, New Maine. Let's move on to NERDTOWN, baby. Take us there.
It's a quick one. And talking about your new Maine Enhanced MPP Turbo, that you like that stiff. You like that hollow. I
like it, baby.
You know? So I'm sure you guys have seen, I think John Q was the one to start this. I'm not 100% sure, but he was the first one I saw do it. His little feel wheel, where it's basically quadrants, stiff versus soft, dense versus hollow, and then you can kind of combine or like go into any of those quadrants. Do you like soft and dense or whatever, right? So there's been a lot of talk around this, both with the reviewers, but also behind the scenes. You know, people are like, oh, what kind of paddle should we make next? What do people want? What do people like? And so for the last 2 podcast episodes, I've asked people to comment their preference. And thank you guys. You guys actually, a lot of comments.
A lot of comments.
Yeah, so I really appreciate that. And this is going to be the results. I also did a poll on Discord, on the PB Studio Discord. And then I also did a poll on an Instagram story. So I got 183 responses. Not bad.
That's a good amount. Yeah, that's a good amount.
So
not bad for
I'm going to have you
micro PP influencer.
I'm going to have you guess which quadrant you think is most popular. Do you need me to say them out loud to you? For the viewers, I'll say. Okay.
So
I'll say, hang on.
Go ahead and say them. Yeah.
I'm going to say these are the 4 categories that you could choose from. Okay. There is dense and stiff, dense and soft, hollow and stiff, or hollow and soft. So basically, it's either soft or stiff, and then it's either dense feeling or hollow feeling.
I don't.
And it's some combination.
I could be
wrong. What do you think people prefer the most?
But I'm gonna just say people prefer dense, soft the most. But weirdly, and this probably is the last one. But I think for whatever reason, people might actually like dense, stiff. That might be my second choice.
So you're wrong.
Yeah.
But this shocked me also. I will say, in our YouTube comments, because I tallied these separately and then put them all together, in our YouTube comments, the winner was dense and soft, which is what you said. Mm-hmm. But when you take everything into account, the winner is actually soft and hollow, which there are so few paddles that feel soft and hollow. Basically just the Gearbox GX2.
GX2 Power, yeah.
That's it. So if that's the winner, then you guys need to be getting some Gearbox GX2 powers. Second
can't think
was
of another one. Literally can't think of another
hollow and soft.
Hollow and soft.
I mean, if you want to go back to like Gen 2s, some of the Gen 2s that had 10 millimeter cells.
Yeah, that's a good point. And a lot of people
like
play
the
with
Mark
Gen 2s.
Unmarked. Remember that one?
You know,
the Mark Unmarked. But that one had fiberglass, didn't it?
Yeah.
There was some. I know there were some that had large cell. You know, in a way, it's the paddle techs are almost there when you go to the thicker versions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I agree.
Because they have like a bouncy, hollow, not the thin versions. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, anyway, the second most popular, and it was pretty close actually, was soft and dense, which is like traditional plush. Mm-hmm. And there were even multiple people in these different places who were like, Mach 2 Forza, whatever that is, soft and dense, that's the best feel, which we talked about before. I think that has elite ball feel too. But that's just like an old school plush Gen 2.
Bro.
But it's so funny that one's still hanging around so much.
Paddle. Somebody got so mad at me for putting that as the best control paddle in my 2025.
It is, though. I mean, like, play with it. If you want just pure control, you can't, like, you literally can't do better. It's crazy.
How could you not put a power paddle in there?
So all that to say is the least popular one, by a long shot, by the way, was stiff and hollow, which is funny because that's where most of the paddles are falling these days.
Yeah.
Boomstick, Pro 4, probably Pro 5. Like
all the MPPs.
This RPM, all the MPP paddles, every single one are all stiff and hollow. And that is what's popular right now because that's the really powerful ones. That's what people are releasing. But that was the lowest preference.
Yeah.
So,
interesting. VSOL Pro.
Yeah, I know.
Quanta, all stiff and hollow.
Yeah, exactly. Which I hate, so I feel vindicated. It is worth noting that quite a lot of people were like, hey, is there an option for the middle? Because I would choose that. I agree. I understand. But there wasn't. So get over it. But Yeah, when it comes to dense versus hollow, it was pretty evenly split. So dense versus hollow as a preference can go either way, like just depending on the person, which is like me and you, by the way. I don't like hollow feeling paddles. You clearly do.
Yeah.
But when it goes to like stiff versus soft, dude, soft stomped it. It was over 3 times as many people prefer soft paddles than stiff paddles.
Yeah, I didn't think it would be 3 times as many, but yeah, that I would definitely think that would be the main, preferred feel.
Like they're like, a lot of people are probably like, I don't care if it's dense or hollow, but I don't want it to be super stiff, which is fair. But that surprised me just because
stiffness with lack of forgiveness as well. So
but yeah, anyway, that just really surprised me because that we don't, for the paddles that people are buzzing about, this ain't it. Like the new Honolulu CR is stiff and hollow. Like all these are stiff and hollow paddles. Meanwhile, that one only got 9 total votes.
Dang.
Out of 180 something. Yeah. So
that's crazy.
I know, right? That is really crazy. Wait, is that wrong? 19, sorry. Am I right? But still
nothing. Wow.
Yeah, my bad. That was just my handwriting. But still, it's very low. So yeah. Soft and dense is apparently where it's at, or soft and hollow, just soft. Just make it soft,
bro,
all right?
Just buy the Flick F3 if you like soft and dense. My God.
I know. Well, and I guess I have a type. I feel like the Volaires are very dense too, but they might be in between stiff and soft. But they are very dense.
J2K is pretty soft and dense as well, which makes sense. That was like the most popular paddle for 6 months. There's a lot of soft and dense paddles.
There were a lot. Like that was with the previous construction, but now we're moving into these power paddles, more fiberglass, more MPP, and now there's a lot of stiff and hollow. So, but yeah, I mean, hey,
could change.
This is data.
This in 6 months. We'll see.
I know,
happens.
right? But this is data for now. Like if I'm talking to paddle owners or if I'm designing paddles, it's a trap to try to make stiff and hollow paddles just because the other popular ones are stiff and hollow. Clearly, what people want is a soft feeling paddle.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting. Thank you guys for participating.
Yeah, thank you.
And that's that. So next time we see you, episode
69, baby. Everybody, man, people were like, I can't believe you didn't do the 6-7 for episode 67.
Bro, I'm 36 years old.
Once did I think about that.
I didn't think about it a single time either until I saw the comments. We're too old, all right?
There was a week at Stacks where anytime the score was 6-7, 6-7, people would, every time. I was like, God, I can't wait for this trend to die. Worst trends. All right. Anything else before we sign off, big dog? We just did a lot of whining.
That's it. Fun. We definitely didn't go under an hour, so
no, we did not.
Our streak of hour plus continues.
Yeah. If we whine about something, it's going to last over an hour. It's just the golden ticket. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. 69's next. It's going to be fun. Have a couple things to give away to you guys, and I'm excited for this one. All right.
Yeah, it should be fun.
It'll be in person as well. We'll get to hold hands under the table. No one will ever know. We'll have a under the table cam. All right, guys. Thank y'all for watching episode 68 of the PP Podcast. I'm your host, Lewis, here with my co-host, Justin from Pickleball, etc. Until the next one, we'll see you guys later. Peace.